This video covers the IGCSE Biology Objective 3.2.3 on the 2025 CAIE syllabus to state that water moves into and out of cells by osmosis through the cell membrane. So let's remember what a cell membrane is and what it does. So here we have an animal cell and a plant cell. Both of these cells are going to have cell membranes. For an animal cell, it is the outermost structure. For a plant cell, it is the structure that is just within the cell wall of the plant cell. Typically, we don't actually see a cell membrane in a plant cell because it's overpowered by the cell wall, which is so thick. Now, a cell membrane is partially permeable. That means it allows some things through and other things not through, and thereby it controls what enters and exits the cell. So what does this look like? So the cell membrane, which is partially permeable, therefore controlling what enters and exits the cell, is going to allow water molecules to diffuse through the cell membrane. So it's, in this case, moving from outside the cell to inside the cell over a period of time until the concentration of water between outside and inside the cell is equal to each other. We don't actually call this concentration, we call it water potential. And we'll get into that in a little bit. But basically what's happening here is there are more water molecules, in this case outside of the cell membrane, than inside the cell membrane. So water molecules are going to move through the cell membrane until the number of water molecules on the inside is equal to the number of water molecules on the outside. So here's a little animation of how this looks with the water molecules moving back and forth through the cell membrane, but the larger solute molecules, in this case the green ones, remain on the side that they're already on, whichever side is inside and outside. So let's just understand what the structure of the cell membrane is. The cell membrane is called a phospholipid bilayer. Okay, the round structure of the cell membrane is the phospho part. It's made up of a water-loving, what we call head, which is a phosphate. And the inside, or the legs that you see there, the little leg part, is a lipid. It is doesn't like water because lipids are fat molecules. So we call them, the phospho part is water loving and the lipid is water hating, just so you kind of have an idea of what those two parts are. But this combination allows water to move through the cell membrane. And the cell membrane is a bilayer. So you can see that there are two sides to it facing in. So the outsides of the cell membrane on either side is the phosphate head portion of the structure, whereas the inside of the cell membrane with the two sides facing each other is the lipid side. So this whole structure is called a phospholipid bilayer.